So I thought anyway. Okay. Once again, we're back on Just Let's Be Honest. Could you everyone introduce themselves real quick? Because I can't pronounce
Mhm.
some of your names.
What? Come on now, Jonathan.
We have Dominica, we have Shawnee, and we have
Used to
Ustinov.
know.
Thank you from Russia or something. Um,
Good
what we
night.
what we were discussing before we went live was um, the young person who was dressed up as a girl. I was wondering if that was in the
Not as a
Bahamas.
girl.
What do you dress up? Did anyone dress up as a girl?
I
Oh,
thought
well,
it was a boy dressed as a girl.
That's what I'm
is it?
saying.
Okay, I didn't see that one
But
then.
no,
I
but
didn't see that one.
you can't say a boy. You gotta say as a she now. You know they want you to believe it is a boy dressed as a
Yeah,
girl.
but God made him a boy.
Yes,
He's a
yes.
boy. And
Right.
he's transitioning or something. Is he
I don't,
transitioning into a girl?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
I,
I'm just
I
saying.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, but also I saw, and then I posted this morning where the young man, well, I don't know if he's a young man who was accused or charged with molesting the 8-year-old girl, and the little girl had genital warts, and it found out that he didn't have he didn't have genital warts. He had chlamydia, and
Mhm.
so they acquitted him. But I'm saying that's kind of bad that the prosecution didn't vet this out properly, because in the Bahamas, like I was saying, once just that stigma attached to you of messing with little children, that sticks with you for a minute, and I don't think
Yeah,
that's fair.
He
Because
yeah.
didn't have genital ward,
he had
and
chlamydia.
He had
that's what
another
they let him. That's what
STD.
they let him out on.
He had another STD. He had chlamydia.
So
That's
that
not
STD that he
fair.
had,
That's
Huh?
not fair
can that lead to her having warts?
No, that's
from
what
a
it's
medical perspective. He could have been treated. Did they pull his records?
I think they did, and that's what I guess that's why they acquitted him.
Pull it
Yeah, but
again.
that case to me is a travesty because the fact remains that somebody guilty of a crime. How does she get there?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Someone
So the
is
police,
guilty.
somebody
Someone is-
guilty.
And
And how old is this child? 8?
Eight.
So she doesn't know who the person is who gave her or who was sexually molesting her.
She told the police it was him. That's why they charge him. But apparently, the STD what he have didn't line up with the STD that she have. You understand?
Okay, so then who's making her say this? Because
I don't
obviously
know.
someone is making her to say these things.
It could be a mother or relative. We don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are certain STDs that can be cured. No track. Okay, let's just say I mess with a guy, right? And I end up with an STD. The doctor give me pills, right? I could tell the doctor, hey, I
One
need something.
injection.
I need something for my boyfriend. Let's just say it's pills for the sake of this argument, right?
Okay.
Because he got, I dealing with him. He has no record of ever coming in to be treated.
No.
He's eradicated of any. What I'm saying is, I bring the pills to him, and he treats the disease. Nobody have a record of him.
But most likely, since I'm in the Bahamas, they say send your maid in, or your maid got to come in.
No, what she's saying is correct.
Listen,
they will give her the medication to give to him.
So hold on. But okay, what I'm saying is, I'm sure they vet all this. Okay, they try to prosecute this dude. They didn't let him off on air. This being going on. So I'm sure the prosecution did their due diligence trying to convict this that person, and they had to let him off. They ain't just let him off because no. I think what happened is they couldn't find no evidence, and they let him off, and she still have genital warts. So
what if there was no warts? What evidence would they find?
But that's her word against his word.
At the end of the day, but hold on. No. Don't be crap. At the end of the day, in a court of law, you just can't accuse someone without evidence. So regardless of what if that's your child or your son, and a woman who may be jaded or mad that she left him, accuse yourself of rape a year later? No physical evidence. They can't perform a rape kit because it's a year later. So just because she said he should go to Fox Hill, you need evidence at the end of the day.
But Paradise, now that you say that right, look at what's happening in the States. men have been being charged, being convicted 20, 30, 40 for things that they do 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago for these
Right,
things, and they paying out millions of dollars and stuff. Look at it like that.
You see, they try to do a George Foreman, 1960 something. They come
Right.
around.
Same thing with
I'm
Bill
sorry.
Cosby. all
I'm
this
sorry. I have to interrupt here. This is an 8-year-old little girl we
No, no,
talking to.
no, no,
I know
no.
you all have something against the Me Too movement, but
No.
for God's sake, she ain't reached there yet. Her innocence, her innocence. Come on now. Don't compare her to
I'm
George
just
Foreman and
wondering
people.
whether or not the police officers did their due diligence.
I don't think
Because
so.
if they are now saying that this man is being acquitted because he do not have these genital warts, and this is the reason why we're letting him go, and we can no longer prosecute him.
Right.
Who?
See, my thing is Dominica Paradise and Shawnee, right? See,
Dominica.
I could have Dominica. I apologize, right?
She's from Dominica.
I could have. See, you could have AIDS, right? And I could have sex with you. That don't necessarily mean that I can get AIDS. The same thing with the same thing with in this particular case. So just
that is why I asked the question: Can warts come from chlamydia? Because I know you can have chlamydia for years and it shows no symptoms.
Right.
So did they do their due diligence and ask
obviously they didn't. Obviously they didn't because the gentleman got acquitted.
Okay,
Dominica,
and that is our problem.
Dominica, a lot of STDs. When you see I online and I talking to these girls with this little coochie washing, all this thing, what they do, a lot of these STDs do not have signs. What you may you got to go and do the work. The doctor got to do the blood work on you, and you be shocked.
Yeah. Yes.
We're moving right along because we haven't dived to the case that they have it online, but I haven't researched it properly to see what all or why they acquitted him. It could, if that's only the reason why. So I don't want, because that's somebody family members, so I don't really want to, both of them are family members, so I don't want to get too deep into that. But here's my first question for the night.
I put a little girl. Before we move on, I put a little girl. I hate to hear things like
all
that.
Of us.
I don't care. I don't care if it's my pa. I can take you down. I'll take you to court myself. I put a little girl. I don't care who family. I put a little girl.
But he went to court and they acquitted him, Shawnee.
Right, so that's it.
So I still say what I can say.
But at the end of the day, I don't think
I need to read the files. I have to read the files.
I don't think no one
I say question the parents. Where the parents was when all this was going on.
But usually when it comes to stuff like that, it's usually a family member or relative. It don't really be strangers like that, It's usually on the family islands, all them incest stuff. What do you think of the uncle or the crazy uncle or whatever, and they ship the girl to Nassau? But listen, it don't be no stranger most times.
No, a lot of times.
Or whatever. Anyhow, the first question for the night, because that's a little sad, that situation.
Based on this question, I might want to go last. Let me put that out there first.
I could go first.
We have all been in relationships before, right? Now, and we all been, come to the end of a relationship as well. When you end a relationship, do you demand that your family and friends end their relationship with your ex as well? Or is it cool that Christmas coming up, you break up with old boy, or you break up with the girl, in your case, and your mommy, because your mommy cool, because he bring crawfish from the islands, your ex cool, and he's bringing the fish. She inviting them she inviting them to Christmas dinner. Do you require, when you break up with a homeboy, for whatever reason, do you require your family and friends to cut that boy off too?
No.
Shawnee, go first, and then you also.
Just quickly, my first breakup when I was like 18, right? I have two brothers. I love them to death, and I break up with this boy, and I thought it's the end of this boy. And Christmas Eve or sometime before Christmas, I hear whispering by the front door, and when I poke my head to the front door, they changing the games with the boy. Now I didn't break up with the boy, but they, I don't know if it was PlayStation or whatever, and they making this exchange with the boy, and I say, but bye down, But at the end of the day, gaming is a hard thing, So they just trading games. So I guess that was okay. It didn't bother me, but I ain't gonna stop them from trading their top games because I break up with him. If they don't include him in anything, like if I go into a party, don't invite him. Stuff like that. Other than that, if it's cordial, then it's fine to me. It's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lisa.
I don't, I don't have requirements for what people do and what they don't do in a relationship or outside a relationship. I've broken up with people and I still maintain a cordial and a friendly relationship with them because you might have broken up on good terms. Now, the discussion that we had prior to this, whereas depending on why we break up, let's just say, for example, Shawnee, right, you break up with a boyfriend because he physically or sexually assaulted your child. In a situation like that, then yeah, I would cut off all ties with you.
Yeah. Yes.
In a situation like that, or if he was physically or verbally or sexually abused, then yeah, I would require that X, Y, Z. Cut this person out of our life, cut this person out of our family in a situation like that. But breaking up with someone don't mean that have to be the end of a wonderful friendship or even, you understand? From a cordial standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay, Dominica.
I share the same sentiments. If it's an amicable breakup, I would not require my family to end ties. It depends for me. Like my youngest daughter's father. We've been broken up. My daughter is 16 now.
Let me put that right there. Let me add this another piece of this caveat here. Let's say now you moved on and you have the new dude doing to the Christmas party. Would you then require them to say, hold on? Would that make your new dude feel uncomfortable? Do the old dudes are sitting at the table getting, grabbing them cool with him, and this new dude he ain't no yet. Would you still be cool with that? Go ahead, Dominica.
That's a good question. I think after a certain period of time, your relationship, you need to know when to end that.
You ended it. You have
no, I don't mean me. I mean my family. If I'm bringing a new man around, why you still got my old man around sitting to the table? He shouldn't be sitting there. Y'all can have your friendship outside of our arena. But if you know I'm coming around and my boyfriend is coming around, why would you want to have that contention to the table?
Because he's bringing the crawfish from that. He's bringing all the good crawfish.
No, you have to know when. There's a time and a place for everything. Christmas dinner? No, you don't need to come to this. You can sit this one out. You can come to the party. No.
What if it's by your mommy? Let's say your mommy house is the house everybody's go to. What if it's by your mommy house? And
tell him come before I come. Tell him he gotta leave when I come. Put boundaries around because at the end of the day,
you gotta set perimeters.
Yes,
you gotta maintain a certain level of respect on both sides.
Because what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna feel a certain kind of way when I bring my new man around. And you're gonna shortchange him because my ex is still here and you still have a relationship with him. So at some point you need to know when and where things should happen and when to cut those ties. I'm not saying you can't be friends with him, but he can't come over to the house when I'm coming there with my boyfriend. Right. It's either or. It's gonna be him or it's gonna be me.
All right. Let me ask you guys this question. I want to know if a relationship could last this or overcome this. Just saying that you're dating a gentleman, and in your case, if you're dating a young lady and she has kids, right? And she get comfortable enough, and he get comfortable enough, as your case, the two ladies, that they left the children in your care, right? The children don't like you. They like of course, they want their mommy and daddy together. So they concoct the story and say, Dominica, Shawnee, in your case, Yusuf, that you touched them inappropriately, right?
Oh, wow.
And of course, as a parent, they believe their child over you, and they end up going to court and whatever. And it comes out, thankfully, that the child was just irate or mad that mommy and daddy break up. My question to you guys is, can a relationship last that? If if the child lied on you, but 6 months later, because, this is a process, because you got to go to court and whatever. 6 months later, it found that the child lied. Can a relationship, now, and they come back to you as it relates to two ladies and you, I love you, I'm sorry about it, I made a mistake, my child lied, I discussed it with them, they're not going to do it again, I want us to continue our relationship. Can a relationship last?
Nope.
Go ahead, Dominica, go first. Go ahead, Dominica.
You want me to go first?
Go first.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think it would last, because let's just turn it around and say that was something that happened to me in terms of the son accused me of touching him.
That's what it is.
Okay, all right, fine enough, fair enough. I would not want to be in that relationship because if he did it this time and let's just say there was no consequences for what he did. What's to say he's not going to do it again? You've already tarnished my reputation.
Yep. Exactly.
You didn't stand up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's your child. And I think we had the same conversation something similar to this conversation. But the fact that you have tarnished my reputation, you have stained my name.
But you could understand that, that's the person's child.
And I don't have a problem with you taking up for your child, but listen to my side too. Try and understand things from my point of view and make me feel like, yes, I'm taking up for my child, but I'm also trying to listen to what you have to say. But if you pull me underneath the bus and expect me to come back to you and no.
Oh, hell no.
No, that ain't gonna work. I will never trust your child. I will never treat your child fairly. And that'll be a disadvantage to the child as well as our relationship.
Oh, yes, we agree
I
on
would
that
never
one.
look at it the same.
We agree on that one.
Oh, Shorty, I know your mouth itchy. You sort of go. What about you? Not you, Shorty.
I think
Shorty.
I think. Well, she's the Monica said it all. She hit the nail right on the head. Dominica. I mean, and sorry, I thought I had a difficult.
Don't worry about that. She's from Dominica.
But she said it all. I mean, for me, once bitten, twice shy. You understand?
So what if she comes to confess her love, said, I made a mistake?
No, that can't work. That can't work. That can't. See, the thing about it is,
up and they hard to lie on me. I could be sleeping
not only
in
that,
my bed and they come and kill me. No.
Not only that,
apologize to you.
No, I don't care.
Under no circumstance, for me personally, that would work. I'm sure it happens every day. I'm sure some people, they try to work through that. But for me, like, my reputation is tarnished. See, it's a big difference when you fooling with kids, when a minor accuses you from something, or when an adult accuses you from something. For me, it ain't the same. It's a completely society treat people different. And for me, I mean, children, I mean, and that can't work. And especially because imagine, right? I try to work things out, right? This person, this child, these kids, they in my house. I gotta feed these kids. I gotta take care of these kids, and they accuse me of that accusation on that level.
Walking on eggshells.
Exactly. So
in my house.
Can't work for me.
No.
Shorty,
that's a total lack of disrespect for me.
Yeah.
Last words for you. Go ahead, Shorty. If you accuse of touching this little boy inappropriately, he accused you. He go to his father and said, and then he go to the mother, because and mommy's going to tear off your head now. Because any parent, any parent will probably freak out for true, but they find out 6 months later and say it's all a lie. They just wanted the biological mommy and daddy back together. They lied on you, but now he wants you back. He loves you. The child apologized, said, step mommy Shawnee, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, whatever. After the courts got involved or whatever, they tried to deport you and all. Could your relationship survive?
I think at that point there's no relationship to be had. He don't need to worry about front. He need to worry about them demon ass lying children. He got there.
That's right.
And what I do is I pack all the children up. I drive them to Maddie Northern Church because this is a high level demon. This is a high level demon that need to be rebuked. She got to get the dog for them. And whenever they get rebuked, I wish them well. I'll speak to them on the side of the road. But he have bigger problems than relationship. He living with demons, and they need to be castled. Simple like that.
Paradise, let me ask you a question. Is it different for women than men? Because how many times you have women?
I think it's way different for men. You don't even have to ask that. Okay. I think when a man is accused of touching a child, be it a female or male, I think when it comes to the court of public opinion, he's ridiculed and lambasted.
Right. Because how many times you've seen in society or in the Bahamas had a woman get accused of touching a little boy and she goes to jail?
Look at the case where the young lady allegedly kidnapped the little boys. I mean, that was pretty much.
Oh my
what come out of that?
That angers me. That angers me.
Because if that was we all know if that was a man allegedly accused of kidnapping little boys or girls, come on, Dominic, you remember that story?
Yeah, I do.
Does she get a pass for having mental problems or allegedly
Mental
having mental
problem,
problems?
mental
She didn't
problems,
get a
your
pass.
backside right in that cell.
Yeah,
Listen.
Right
they
in that
sent her
cell.
to Sandilands.
No, but listen, a guy, regardless if the guy had mental problems, you think people in the court of public opinion they would care if he had mental problem?
No.
Say throw the boy
Okay.
under the prison, throw the boy under the prison. But anyhow, that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there. But yeah, but when it comes to men and women, as it relates to that type of stuff, men usually get dragged more.
Yeah,
for
I
whatever
agree.
reason.
I also want to say, I don't think that means that women do not abuse little boys. I think
Oh,
in
yeah,
our
okay.
society, we need to make it a little bit more comfortable for men to speak about their sexual abuse, and also the
I
fact that
want to
we
abuse
fail
someone right
so much
now.
children. Look
Yeah.
at what happens when the women, when the men abuse the girls, like you talked to today. If he get off, imagine what I probably in Miami, out South Beach, when a little boy say, if I do something to them, if that man can
But
get off, they're not going to
but
try a woman like that. So we need to
I,
protect
I
our children better.
I agree, but I don't know if you guys have been watching the news and watching the courts lately, right? But you notice in recent times, right? You notice in
when the women,
Oh, someone that quit.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Where?
yeah, but I notice in recent times, right? If you look at our courts, right, the penalties and punishment for some of these pedophiles and alleged sexual offenders been getting is ridiculous now.
It
8
is.
months. 12 months probation, slap on the wrist, accredited whatever. It's like it's a joke. When last you see someone get thrown under the jail for rape or sodomy or something like that, 20, 30 years on life or something like that? It's a slap on the wrist.
Did
It's a
you all
slap.
see the thing with the trafficking? The guy who got did you all see that?
Yeah.
Are they real with these sentences?
That's what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
They
I
can't
think-
even. So basically, they're telling me it's okay for me to sexually traffic this young lady because I'm only going to get 8 months and I have to pay restitution of $10,000. It's okay.
Right.
I can get away with it.
And he
'Cause
probably didn't make
basically that's what they're
100,000
telling
off trafficking and prostitution and whatever have you.
Yeah.
They
I
giving
remember
men,
when that was
they
happening.
giving men a pass to do foolishness.
Well, not only men. Remember, there's 2 women involved in that
Women
situation.
too, yeah.
Yeah, but she
It-
got
I-
off as well.
I
but that's
feel
what-
like the
but you-
Right
country,
down state.
the country does a lousy job of protecting vulnerable people with sexual crimes. I think it's a lousy job. Look at Marco Archer and the person who killed him
Yeah.
and sodomized him. He's
That's the
still
last time I see
asking
someone
for
get thrown
pardon.
underneath the
And
bus
he's
for killing and
responsible.
sodomy.
Yeah, but he's still
That's-
coming up for appeals. But I guess this is the last appeal.
Yeah.
But
And then when I look at the record, this isn't the first time.
No.
It's like, you know, that's one of the crimes you can do in that country. You could get the least punishment. Abuse a child sexually, you gonna be out you could be out by Christmas.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
let me hold on.
You kill someone, you get bail. Yeah, it's
Let
a
me,
joke.
let me segue into this. If you're dating a guy,
Mhm.
right? And you've been dating for 6 months, who, in your opinion, do you think men should pay all the bills? Just say you start to live with him or whatever, 6 months you guys start to move in. Do you think the man should pay all the bills, or should it be 50-50? Or how ladies go first? Do you feel like a man should pay
Ladies go
all the bills if you're living together? Or should it be 50-50, 60-40? Dominic, you go first.
Let's go, Johnny.
Where you going?
I see Shorty rocking back and forth. She rocking back and forth like this. Boy, I know. Like this. Shorty,
Let
go
me
first.
just say this.
Go ahead, Shorty.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
just say this. Whatever you do in your house is well done.
Okay.
Okay? I appreciate whatever you do in your house. And whatever I do in my house is well done. Now, I've been very, expressive on what I believe in the past, and people come attack me like I asked them to pay the damn light and cable. I never
Okay.
asked you for a thing. People have to understand that each one of us have different laws in our home. We have different dynamics to the relationship. We have different beliefs. And we find partners that are in agreement with that. And that's what it is. If Dominica wants to pay 100% and her man pays 0, if she like it, I love it.
Mhm.
I love it.
You ain't gonna be in
So,
Dominica.
for me telling you what I expect, I don't see how that, because first of
What
all,
do you
you're
think
in my
you're not saying?
relationship.
What do you expect? And let's say you have a relationship. What do you expect?
I ain't doing no 50-50, and I'm not encouraging anybody to do what I do either. You continue to go 50-50 with your man. I love it.
I understand, but I'm asking you specifically, what would you want in your relationship? 100% pay for all the bills?
Currently speaking, how do you handle bills or in your last relationship? How did you guys handle bills and things like that and expenses?
You know what? My last relationship, it's not gonna be fair because I financially I wasn't on their level, so they always handled everything. I haven't been in a relationship for a long time, so financially I had some growth, but at that time I wasn't on their level. So if I was to say, I would say it was 85-15 or something like that.
Okay.
On them paying the 85. And I'm not using them as a guidance of how I move forward.
Dominica?
But
yeah.
No, Dominique. She can go ahead.
Go ahead.
For me personally,
I already know the answer, but go ahead.
Let me hear this one.
What's the answer, Jonathan?
Go ahead, you tell us.
Me personally, no, let me finish. Let me start. Let me say it. For me personally, I don't have a problem with 50-50. But if you come in 50-50, you can get 50% of respect. You're going to get, I hear a lot of people nowadays saying submissive. You can't expect me as a woman to be submissive inside your house. You only paying half of my bills. You only paying half of our bills. No, butter, that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I have no problems going half with you. But when it comes times for me want to do what I want to do, don't think you can stop me.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's just say you was married, right? And you and your husband, and it's not that he want to do 50-50. Let's just say y'all trying to qualify to get a mortgage or a piece of property, and the only way y'all could qualify is if y'all combine assets together and pool resources in a situation like that. Would that be acceptable to you?
It's acceptable in any form of fashion. Like I said, I have no problems with going 50-50 in any relationship that I have been in. I've never lived with a man. And so I don't know what it is to say pay half here and pay half there. I don't know what that is, but I know what it is to be in a relationship. And when it comes to date night, my boyfriend pay one night, I pay the next date night.
That's my definition of 50-50.
I know what it is to do that, but I've never been in a relationship. From I was 17 years old, I've been on my own, and I've always fit my own bill. So I think that's why I've never had a problem with doing the 50-50. The problem I have is when men come in a relationship and they only fit in half of the bill. They believe they could tell you what to do because they feel they doing so much for you. Nigga, I can do it myself. I don't need you to do that.
Is this relationship, are you guys living together or you guys live in separate apartments?
Whether it's together or separately. But it's even
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, but let me just make one or two points for me personally, Paradise. I don't have a prerequisite routine on what I'll do from what I won't do, primarily because what I do is predicated or reciprocated based on the interest, energy, effort, and personality of the individual who I'm dating or pursuing. You understand? If I'm a multi-millionaire or if I'm a billionaire and I own my own business, right? Obviously, I don't expect a woman to go half-half with me. Even if that wasn't the case, I'm not gonna go half-half and 50-50 with a woman and say, listen, let's just say I invite Shawnee out and the bill come, hypothetically speaking, to come to $10. I'm not gonna demand that she pay $5. I'm not gonna do that. If I make $100,000 a year and my wife or my woman makes $10,000 a year, I automatically know that I got to pay 90% of the bills and our obligation is 10%. Or if I pay all the bills, okay, fine. I have a problem when people put percentages and unrealistic standards on their spouse or their significant other, because expectation often leads to disappointment. If two people like each other and they love each other, they should work together and function as a team. And I think she hit the nail on the head, but she said, listen, I pay one night and he pay the other night. And to me, that's my definition of 50-50. 50-50 don't have to be financially split everything down the middle. What 50-50 means is two people, they work together and function as a one. In my last relationship, every 2 dates we go on, she offered to pay for the third one. I can accept that. If we get away, I would pay for the tickets, the hotel, depending on how much I make and how much she makes. And Exactly. So it don't have to be split down the middle. And 50-50 ain't only with finances, it's everything in the house. You understand? I do housework, I cook, I clean, I take care of the kid, and I can bathe you off. I can just, you understand? It ain't just with bills. And like I say, 50-50 ain't just splitting everything down the middle from a financial standpoint. It's two people coming together and functioning as a team and being one.
You know, 50-50 is split down the middle. If
Anyway,
you
No,
don't
that ain't
want
my
split
definition
down
of
the middle,
50-50. That ain't
if
my
you don't want
definition of
split down the
50-50.
middle, then you don't want 50-50. Maybe you want a complementary relationship where you guys
Okay.
complement each other.
Right.
But you guys have to stop using that 50-50 thing, because that means the man watching every second, every cent, every quarter, every
That's
dime.
not my
And the
definition
other
of
thing
50-50
about it
based
is,
on what I
We're
explained.
not speaking about you. We're speaking about collectively men in
Yeah.
general.
Yes, when you
you're
use
telling
that
me
50-50, that means the bill is $800 for the rent. I have my $400 and he don't have a nickel over it. And he wants you to come with your $400. The
okay,
other
but
thing with the 50-50, just let me finish real quick. You guys have a problem with independent women. Do you realize you need an independent woman to meet you at that 50-50?
women are not independent.
You
Go ahead.
okay, but okay.
Let me finish. Let me add. Go ahead.
Okay, but see, Shawnee, that's not my definition of 50-50.
Yeah, we
And
get it.
if that's what you're calling and you're saying that's what men
what it
doing,
is,
that's
honey.
unfair. That's unfair. Because
And
Shawnee,
that's how
if
a
I
lot
make
of men
okay,
think.
but
That's like how
okay, but
Shawnee
listen.
described it.
Okay, but
A
listen.
lot of men
If I
think
make
that way.
50-50
okay, but listen.
is down the middle.
Okay,
Okay,
but listen, if I make $5,000 a month, right, and she makes $1,200 a month, 50-50 is not reason. It's not reasonable.
So you
That
don't
ain't
want a
reasonable.
50-50 relationship.
Hold
You want a
No,
relationship that you complement each
on.
other. That's what
I
you need
believe
to say. And stop
right,
saying 50-50.
Listen,
right.
okay. What I'm getting from this is do what's fit in your criteria of your relationship, because it's case by case. Because what may fit for Shawnee may not fit for Dominica. What may fit
Same
for
thing I
Dominica.
said at the beginning.
So, but at the end of the day, what I tell young men though, you have to be careful when you take on 90% of the bills if you're not married yet. I said it. I only said it because if you take on 90% of the bills and she's also working, making a good living, and you making a good living,
Okay.
and she's putting that money in the bank, right? When breakup day come, you would be in the red, and she will be able to go get a low cost home. So I'm saying,
okay.
hold on.
You in people business. You in people business.
Hold on. My point
I think you just need to have a conversation before you take those kind of steps.
That's true.
That's my point. What I'm saying is, listen. At the end of the day, you all have, I don't know if you all have sons, but I don't think you want your son to date a woman where that's not his wife, that's his girlfriend, and he's paying the lion's shares of the bills, and he don't even have a savings account for himself because he just taking care of all the bills for her, and she's saving her money.
Okay.
When breakup
I
day
don't
comes,
encourage my son to date. I encourage him to get married. You talk to young men about dating people. You ain't never mentioned as an older man to make it right with a woman, and marriage. That's not important in
Yeah, but before you
2022.
married, you have to date first, Shawnee.
Yeah, you can. You don't jump.
But he's talking about a long-standing date relationship. You see, the substance of marriage is minimized in today's society.
The average dating
Okay.
before marriage is about 2 years. Or about 2 years. About 2 years, and anything could go awry in the 2 years. You guys could break up. She may trade up. She might find another dude making much more than him, because women are what's the word? Pergamous. So where
Hypergamous. They're monkey brand.
So
yeah,
he taking care of the bills. She's saving all the money, but he probably can't take them on vacation like that or whatever because
why not?
Yeah, but Johnny, that's a conversation that is just a matter of him using his own intelligence. See, there's a certain level of intelligence that you have to have as a man and as a human being. Right. And if you see you with someone, right, and they taking you for granted, they don't respect you, the relationship is unbalanced, then you know that that's the wrong person for you.
We're in a society where everybody's being preached that, as a man you got to do this, a real man do this, no one is teaching financial literacy.
But society shouldn't run your life.
No, I agree, but hold on. We could either talk in a utopian world, or we talk what's happening in the real world, or through the media, social media.
Yeah, but that don't happen with me and you.
No. I'm talking about the young.
You're trying to save everybody. You want to champion for the government.
I'm not talking about
save every single man, and that's the failed mission, honey.
I'm talking about young men coming up. It's being preached to them to do this.
Freaking
No,
it.
no. Okay, we're moving right along because it's going to. All right, here's a question for the ladies. Should you go through your significant other's phone? But,
Where these questions coming from, man?
the question: should you go to your significant other phone? If you're in a relationship, do you think you should go through his phone or her phone in your case?
What I don't know ain't gonna hurt me. No, I don't go through my man phone. Because the minute I see something that's questionable, that can cause a problem. And if I did not see that, it ain't gonna be no problem.
So you say
I find out about it, it's a problem. So no, I'm going looking for nothing what ain't present itself to me. No.
Okay.
Shorty?
I've been with cheaters and I've been with people who are faithful, all right? And to any young woman, I would tell them the peace of mind you have to someone who is when you're with someone who is faithful, it's like none other. This whole going to the phone thing, that's when you have a cheating boyfriend.
Yeah,
you feel like you need to check. So my rule in my relationship is if I feel the urge that I need to go to your phone, I have to break up with you.
Yeah,
I don't want to know phone.
That's trust issues. If you don't trust someone, then you need to be with them, right?
You don't need to be with them. And I learned that from a faithful man because I never once say, "Oh, I wonder what he have in his phone." You only wonder that.
I agree.
Cheating people.
A peace of mind is everything. Because if you have to be sneaking and looking at people's phone, you might as well. And so that's a good question. It's a good question. This is a segue into my next question. Here's the next question. This is for Dominica. For you, do Shorty, for all you all, if a man or a woman, if a woman gives or a man gives their number out while they have a significant other, what does that mean? Is that cheating? So you guys that are in a relationship, and dudes or maybe women in your case may come up and they always want a number or want your number. If you give that number out, is that a sign of cheating? Anybody can answer first.
Okay, when you say give a number out for what purpose?
No. The person obviously attracted to you, but I guess for some cases, women may say, "I will shut him up. I just get a number out." For whatever reason, some women may say, "I just give the number because he's keeping harassing me." My question is: you have a significant other, you have a wife, a girlfriend at home, a wife at home. In your case, is a husband or boyfriend at home, and you get the number out. What does that mean? Is that a sign of cheating?
It's not. It's not a sign of cheating, right?
It didn't reach there yet.
Right, because it didn't reach there yet. Because, like I said, you might be a business person, you might give it up. But if it's for relationship purposes or it's for dating purposes or whatever, no, I can shun the very parents even. I ain't gonna entertain that. I can let the person know I'm seeing somebody, I'm in a relationship. I can't give you my number, and because I don't want one thing to lead to the other.
Even if she look better than your girlfriend,
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't respond to people based on looks and things that I'm with the person for a reason. I'm with them because I like them or love them.
I'm saying if you met someone else who was aesthetically more pleasing to the eye than your significant other and they wanted your number, would you be flattered and say, "Boy," and give them your number? You saying no?
No. Looks can be deceiving. No, looks can be deceiving.
Dominic, this dude, he looks good. He in the gym. He's sexy, and he got a couple dollars, and he come to you and say,
"If I give my number out to him, I giving it to him for a reason. I want him to use that."
That's an honest fair answer. That's an honest fair answer.
I give you my number on air, right? Especially if it's my real number.
I like you being just be honest. You're being real honest. I like that.
Even though you have a significant other.
Listen to me.
She's not going to do it, but she's saying.
If I go to that point to give you my number, I want you to call me.
So
and once you call me,
did you hear the first part of Joni question?
I heard him. I heard him. I'm simply telling him if a person, in my opinion, if a person goes as far as to give someone else their contact, it ain't business related.
Yeah, we know they ain't business.
It's not business related. So if I'm giving you my number, what am I giving you my number for? For us to pay patty cake on the phone? No, I want you to call me.
But if you have a significant other, why would you entertain that? Why would you give
Yeah,
somebody?
she's saying.
That's what we're getting at.
That's what she's saying. She's
That
saying.
is what we're getting at.
Oh
I
my
want some
goodness.
other leg other than one I have. That's what I'm
Well, you
saying.
did. I wouldn't admit that if I was you.
She's
No, she's being
not
honest.
admitting. She's
I'm not
saying
admitting
anybody
that.
with a
I'm
number.
saying that's what the person in that shoe would be
Right.
doing. That is the purpose
Right.
for them doing it. I'm currently a single woman, so I could do that. I can do that.
Shorty, what about you?
I
Let's do
think
it
we're old enough to stop playing, stupid with certain things. Like I could come here in this house and then I take off the front door and the back door. I open up a portal for things to happen. Did I get robbed yet with the front door and the back door off? No. But the robber's coming soon. So once you give out that number, did you cheat yet? No. But
Take
that
the access
ding-a-ling,
easy.
that ding-a-ling coming soon.
That's a gate. That's a
That's
gateway
what the
drug.
expectation is. That's the
That's a
purpose of me
gateway.
giving you my number.
That
Now all
coming
I gotta
5
do is
o'clock
sit back
tomorrow.
and wait for it to happen.
Listen. Y'all being honest. All right. Here's my next question. We're getting close, but being attached to your mate, how important? Oh, being attracted to your mate, how important is that in a relationship? And how can you stay attracted to your mate in a long-term relationship spanning 8 years or more? So pretty much, it's self-explanatory. Sometimes in relationships we tend to get comfortable and we tend to, put on some pounds, or he put on some pounds, or he don't do the things that he used to do. He didn't do the thing. He stopped doing the things he did to get your attention. Or you as a woman, you stop going to the gym and your breasts start dropping down to your, whatever. My question to you is, staying attractive, or you being attracted to your mate, is that important in a relationship? And how do you keep or stay attracted to your mate in a long-term relationship? Let's say in a couple of months, you done been in this game for 8 years or more. How do you stay attracted to your mate, or is that important in a relationship?
Well, for me, one of the things about me is different levels of attraction to me. Physical attraction is one of them. Then you have emotional attraction, spiritual attraction, religious attraction. I mean, the things that I did or you did that caused me to be attracted to you and vice versa. Once we continue to do that, or once we go back doing that, that's a plus for me. You understand?
Your girl said looking like, you met her looking like slim and sexy like Dominica and Shawnee, but now she's looking like Precious. You cool with that? You saying?
Well, looks are subjective. Looks are subjective. Some men like big women, some men like small women.
No. Listen to what I'm saying to you. You met her slim like Dominica or Shawnee sexy. So you was attracted to slim, sexy women. You met her like that. But now she look like Precious or a freight train. So you met her, you was attracted to slim, sexy girls with nice little bungie. But now she looking like a fridge. You saying that what?
So
no, but I'm saying it's more than just physical attraction. I might have liked her because she had a pleasant personality and not just because of her look.
But that was a part of the package, is what I'm saying. So you saying it don't matter no more? How she looks don't matter no more?
Well, it does matter, but it doesn't mean that I can leave the person or I can cheat on the person. You understand? We'll just work it out, and we just go in the gym, we exercise together, we talk.
She ain't on that run. She don't want to go to the gym. She got you now.
Well, Houston, we have a problem. But you have to care enough about yourself.
No, but she's comfortable now. She's comfortable. She done had 2 kids for you. You're the host. She comfortable.
What happened to for better or for worse, for richer, for poor? What happened to that?
Or bigger or smaller.
The thing about it is, I will admit, I went through a phase in my life. I used to like the ugliest man. Every time my sister would see me, she'd say, Shawnee, he was blinding. Ugly, but I love him to death because I love the treatment, the way that they think. So that's what attracted
to you. That would attract to you. I'm saying you was attracted to the ugly fella. Let's say he switched from that. He was ugly and you were attracted to that, but something happened 8 years down the road, or he progressively got to a point that you was no longer attracted to him. How is that important to you? That's what I'm saying.
Look, I wasn't attracted in the first place. I had to squint my eye a little bit, take off my glasses at night.
I thought you said you was attracted to the ugly dude.
Because of the treatment. It wasn't a physical aspect.
Okay. We'll put a pin in
But
that.
looks
Just say
are subjective, you know,
just say
Sean.
so hold on. Just say he stopped treating you well. He ugly and he stopped treating you well.
Shit, he's a gremlin. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to see him no more in my life. Gremlin. And I tell him that when I close the door. You're ugly. Boop, boop. Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
so what I'm saying, so after 8 years, would you leave that, or rich or poor, or how would you work with that? Or that's what I'm saying? Is it important? Is it being attracted to your mate? Is that important?
If you, to me, like I said, it's not important to me, because when I look at you, if you treat me good and I look at you, all of a sudden you look like Brad Pitt to me because of the treatment.
Okay.
And I ain't saying nothing like my sister, she'll be laughing her head off at this, because she always just tell me, like, what the hell you so, but the treatment.
But Shawnee, but looks are subjective. What you call unattractive might be attractive.
No,
you understand what I'm saying?
there wasn't no hope, no help. A blind man could feel the face and say, not this.
Look at Gargamel.
You know.
Dominica, what you saying? It's being attracted to your mate after. How do you stay attracted to your mate, or how do you keep your mate attracted to you after a long?
With me personally, I look for somebody who's going to compliment me, someone who I can grow with. Because I feel like a relationship, if it's a serious one, we're going to forever be changing. And so I would want somebody who is not only attractive, but have the same qualities as mine, or working on other things other than what I'm doing. So for me, it's not only about the attraction, physical attraction. I always tell people, I don't go for money. I don't go for looks. You have to make love to my mind.
Chemistry.
You have to be able to get past looks and listen to me. You have to caress my brain.
Intelligent conversation.
Exactly. If I can't have an intelligent conversation with you, I don't care how you look. I don't care how much money you have. Listen to me. You have to have an orgasm in my brain.
Okay.
That's what works for me. Now, as far as the next part of your question, what keeps it going? Forever changing. We forever growing on each other. The things that you would have done to get me in the beginning, you have to keep doing. You have to keep evolving. You can't say, okay, I done hover, she done hook, line, and sinker, I can relax. You can't say that with me. Because as each day go on, and I stay in school, and so I'm forever growing. You have to grow along with me. And if you can't grow along with me, like Yusuf has said, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Because I can leave you behind.
So my question then is, why do you think some people let themselves go after marriage? What's the difference?
Because they get comfortable. They already feel like they won the prize, and they get comfortable. They don't feel like if I stop doing this, we're going somewhere else. They don't feel that way until it happens.
I think we don't put a lot of attention on mental health too. A lot of these people depressed. When you see some people putting on weight, it ain't just because they're comfortable. They're going through a state of depression. We don't check into these things. Who wants to see themselves go from a finey and then you put on weight, you put on this? It hurts anybody. So from when you see that, you should think, I don't know what this person is going through. And so much people sleeping on the side of their significant other that don't have a clue what's going on in that person's mind and the struggles that they are having. You need to go to the gym. They have no idea what that person is battling on the pillow right on the side of them.
With their partner. They're not in tune with them.
Exactly. You guys supposed to be communicating, talking, and you're supposed to be intertwined and working in sync. I have to know what's going on with my wife or my significant other.
That's true. So what's the difference between being comfortable versus being lazy?
A person who's lazy ain't gonna try. A person who's comfortable, they'll show some sort of effort or some sort of interest. But a person who's lazy, they don't care. I can understand a woman who just had a child. She put on 30, 40, 50 pounds. I can understand that.
So what if it's been 2 years after she still can't have baby weight?
Well, some women
It could
do.
still be baby weight, but other things are adding to it.
Right.
It could be stress. It could be eating
Birth
bad.
control.
It could be birth control. It could be lack of sex because sex is exercise.
So
but
do you
it could
think-
be a whole number of things.
Okay, but do you think marriages encourage people to become lazy?
See, when we use this lazy word, a lot of that lazy thing is actually depression. But we just see somebody laying down like a fish and we call them lazy. That's the truth of the matter. That's what, because it's not a big deal in our Bahamian society. So the husband come in the house, he see this in fix, he see use a lazy woman. And the woman
Switch the gender, because you see now the man in your cases, he's not doing whatever, he's sitting around the house. Would you have the same consideration like how you was having for the woman?
I would
Yes.
have the same consideration, and I wasn't picking on any particular gender. I just used one
No, I
example.
know.
Laziness shouldn't be genderized.
No.
No.
I'm saying that to the people who's watching.
Yeah, I would recognize it, and I would have that same courtesy because I'm very passionate about mental health, and I realize that a lot of these issues, like you say, 50 pounds and the baby, then two, the woman in depression, you ain't picked that up yet. The woman in postpartum depression don't even want to do nothing with her body, just want to put on big baggy clothes and walk around.
Well, that's not
But then
everybody.
you may say it's lazy.
Some of them women is be lazy though.
Some of this lazy. I
I
understand
can't even
that-
put it on mental health. Some of them is
be.
be lazy.
Yeah,
They don't
some that's-
feel, all right, I done push this one out for you. I could do what I want to do now.
And I got
It's
you.
laziness.
So
For us to put it on mental health or not put it on mental health, we would have to know the mental status of someone
I
else.
agree, but I'm saying you still.
And we don't know that.
You cannot disregard that some people just lazy as hell too.
Mhm.
But hold on.
I did a show on this before, and I don't like to use that word because I think it sort of disguises the real issue at hand.
I'm not denying that some people
It's
do
a
have
side
mental
effect of something.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm not denying the fact that some people have
I listened, and that's my answer. That's still my answer.
But let me kind of finish. I am not denying that some people have mental health issues, but then you kind of also disregard that some women and men, when they get in relationships, they get lazy. But look at the time. I just want to you guys' opinion on this person. Want feedback from my group about a situation they're going through, and so I'm gonna just read it right quick so you can get some feedback on this question. They sent me this question by inbox. They said, "Do me a favor and ask this question for me, please. I met my girlfriend with 2 children from a previous relationship. After time went past, we got closer. So 2 weeks ago, she invited me to her oldest son's birthday party. She and her baby daddy was throwing a birthday party for their son, and she said she wanted me there. Long story short, I am at the birthday party, so it's time for them to cut the cake. They cut the cake, whatever. I peeped my girlfriend drinking out the same cup as her baby daddy. So he was talking, and she was next to him, and they're two boys. So he put down his cup and she drank from the same cup. So after he was done talking, he picked up the same cup and he drank from it as well. So I said, everything cool. I went to the bathroom and I came back, and then I saw them eating off the same plate, eating cake and ice cream from the same plate, using the same utensils. So on the drive home, I asked her, what was that all about? Could you have used or gotten a separate drink and your own cake? Why did you have to share the same drink and plate? And her response to me was, stop being so insecure. And that is obvious that I'm into you, because that's one of the reasons why I invited you to the party. Plus, she didn't see anything wrong because that's only her baby daddy, the father of her kids. So my question I want feedback on is, am I blowing this out of proportion? Because this ish doesn't feel right to me.
But what he's experiencing. That's just a sign of disrespect.
Yes, that's all it was.
That's disrespect. That's all that is. And so he knows what he needs to do. He just needs to get rid of her. She's still in love with her baby daddy.
Shawnee, what you feel?
I wonder if people realize when they share things with people, You ever ask yourself where this person mouth being? Is people be doing things at night?
That's
I
what
don't
baby
know why
daddy
people so comfortable sharing things. Everybody mouth. I talk to mommy, daddy. They be in some places. Nobody need to share anything.
So, Mike, but back to the question. He want feedback on. You think there's nothing to that? You feel that that's
No.
disrespectful? You feel that
I
she
think
cheating?
if you're gonna share something with somebody, that's a very intimate behavior.
Yes.
That's why I said that previously, what I said about
Mhm.
where people mouth be. So if you can
My
be intimate with that person, then that says a lot about the relationship what you have with that person right there.
my
Mhm.
first question to her would have been, as her man, what was the purpose of me being there? Because it did not seem like she needed him to be there. So
It's,
what was his purpose
it's
for
almost like
being
you
there?
you put me there to
No,
get.
his purpose for being there was to witness what she and her ex-boy or baby daddy did.
But according to
That's what
her,
his purpose
no,
for being there was.
But she
according
could
to
have just
her,
tell him. She could have tell him, listen, things ain't working out, because that right there requires him to break up with her.
no,
That didn't make no sense.
but could it be that she view it differently than we do? Like some people are just they have bad social cues. I don't want to give no excuses, but some
Bad
I
people
agree.
social cues. You're
no
gonna disrespect your man in the front
no
of your ex.
okay
What
hold
is
on.
that telling your ex?
No, listen, what I'm saying is by that is like someone would talk in your face and they have bad breath. But you saying no, listen what I'm saying. When I say bad, poor social cues. Like like hold on, I'm not talking to no one close like this in their face. Some people will come up in your face and talk in your face like, bro, give me some space. Some people they just don't get it. So
I agree.
I'm saying, do you think she just because she's saying she don't see nothing wrong with that? Hold on, why are you freaking yourself? Why are you secure? I love you. I tell you come to the party.
She
So
don't
I'm
see
saying,
nothing wrong with that. But this
yeah,
could be
she don't see
her
that.
lesson to learn what's wrong right now.
That's
With this
it.
breakup, when
That's
this
it.
breakup slam on her, she gonna learn it.
See, you
But I
can't
would have broke up
allow
with her right
people.
there and then. I would have leave and I would have broke up with her right there and then.
No, but the thing is, we get so comfortable allowing people to devalue us, make us feel like we ain't important. And at that point, at that party, she devalued him. And she not only did it in the front of family members, she did it in the front of her ex.
That's
No,
disrespect.
man, that's disrespect.
That's
Out the
that's
gate.
that's the ultimate disrespect to me as a man. You disrespect. That's disrespect. I
And then
wasn't
she
even.
gonna come put her mouth in your mouth. Jesus.
No, you
Yeah, she
don't
All
know.
of
do
this being held.
that. She didn't
All the
value
minutes
him as
being
a
held.
man. Sound like she need to go back to her baby daddy.
And here's the last
Sound
question
like
for
she
the
already back with him.
Well, I don't know. That to me, that's ultimate disrespect. But
Something.
after speaking to him or whatever, he said that she really don't get it. Like I don't know, people's naive or whatever, or she played naive, but some people just don't get it. Like she really don't see where you coming from because she's saying that's just my baby daddy. I have 2 kids with him. Big thing.
I
Lovey dovey.
believe that. Break
Yeah.
up with her, give her some time to grow, and she'll
Yeah.
get it then.
Give her 2-3 more years. She'll get it.
She'll get it then. He ain't no teacher for her. Next.
All right. That's the last question that I go around the room. Do you think it's harder to find a relationship or maintain a relationship? Dominica, go first. Do you think it's harder to find a relationship or is it harder to maintain a relationship?
Good question.
I think it's harder to find one that suits your qualities, what you're looking for in a person. Because the thing is, it's so. Let me use myself as an example. I met this delicious guy a couple months ago.
How you know he's delicious?
He was.
She
Don't
eat
worry
up his fork. She eat up his fork.
Yeah, she had cake and ice cream off the fork. All right.
Listen, let me finish, man. He had all of the qualities that I was looking for. However, there was 1 or 2 pet peeves that I just could not deal with. And I didn't know how to tell him about it. I didn't know how to tell him, listen, you got everything going for you, but you need to go visit a dentist.
Oh,
Your
Jesus.
mouth smell bad.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
could not get past that.
Not
And
even
for
a
me-
black man could do it.
No, it smelled like
Halitosis.
somebody took a
Yes,
dump
okay.
in his mouth.
He has some cavities going.
That's how bad it was. And when I tell you, I was totally turned off to the point where I bypassed all of the good qualities, and that I just got stuck on that one thing that was wrong with him. But I find that trying to find somebody, the bad qualities always outweigh the good for me. So
For you, okay.
for me personally, I can't speak for nobody else. Things like bad breath and unkept, my pet peeves, they overtake me. And for me, like I said prior, it's harder for me to find somebody I'm in tune with, somebody that I can gel with, somebody who on the same intellectual level as I am. Once I get that person, it's easy to maintain it.
All right, Shawnee, is it harder for you to find a relationship, or is it harder to you, or is it harder to maintain a relationship?
I think it's harder to find. I think we're dealing with a lot of issues in this generation. You know, man little scarce, women little scarce. It's hard all around. We
I
is a
guess-
single generation.
I don't think it's men and women are scarce. I think good men and good women are scarce.
Well, we're divided. You know, we have man to man now, so that take a section of what you would have been eligible. You got woman to woman, that take a section of what you would have been eligible. It's not like the past generations where people were like that, but they still used to, you know, connect with opposite sex. But now you don't even think about asking them to connect. They going straight for what they want. So you have the criminals, you have people who are not compatible due to sexuality. You have just like some people may be deadbeat, women and female I'm speaking about, or not interested. You have people who don't have no aspirations, no education. So the chances are getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer to meet someone compatible. So what I realize is sometimes you just have to settle to get in a relationship. You know, you just have to put your little thing down. Like with Dominica, I would have taken him to Turkey to the dentist because, honey, let me tell you something. That is a small problem for what's going on in these streets.
No,
He needed a lot of work. He needed
I
a
would
lot of work.
get him new teeth.
But you say it was just two pet peeves. You say one is his bad breath and the other one was what? Hygiene?
No. Hygiene was the oral thing. He started out the gate wrong. Let me see if I explain it. I met him on Facebook, but the first thing he did was showed me what he was working with. That was a pet peeve for me. But I continued to talk to him because I felt like he had good qualities.
You mean working with as in his manhood?
Yes,
Okay. That wasn't a turn off for you at that time?
it was.
Because that would have been a turn off for me.
It was a turn off, but like I said, prior to him doing that, I saw qualities in him that was really good. And I wanted to see what else there was where he was concerned. So I let that slide.
But that was showing that's kind of incentive that would may come later on, right? I'm showing you his manhood.
Like I said before, that don't move me.
Okay.
That don't
And
move
them
me.
Samsung and iPhone cameras lie. Them Samsung and iPhone cameras are on 3 inches. When you get in person, you say, "What the hell? You want proof of fraud? Like, don't play with me. Don't send me nothing on no phone."
So what made you say that this guy was delicious if he had all of these imbalances? And how long did it take you to realize that this guy wasn't the one for you?
When I say he was delicious, I was basing that on what he showed me.
Oh.
I didn't taste it. I didn't taste it. Let me just put that out there. I did not taste it, but it looked good. Let me just put that there. That's it.
Did you hold it?
No, I never came in contact with it. I was basing it on the picture.
You ever hear of a catfish? These guys going around here doggy fishing, okay? That little pixel on the camera.
You can't catch fish with that.
You could catfish with that?
Yes, you
can.
They
put it at an angle.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So does it matter though? Does size matter? Dominica, that's for you. Does size matter?
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, it does. I'm sorry.
What if I tell you what if I tell you I get you a 65-inch TV and I come with a 25?
I mean, let me tell you.
I can watch the
that
same
matter?
thing with a 60-inch and a 25-inch, right? They show
Would
the
that
same.
matter?
No, it wouldn't, because I can watch the same thing on a 60-inch. I can watch the same thing on a 25-inch.
But
I
you
want
was
better
thinking,
quality.
but
I
you
want
was thinking you
you
were
can
gonna
get-
watch
hold
your
on, Johnny.
football game. You was gonna
Johnny.
watch your football game in front of your friends and see me bring the little microwave TV to
No,
you.
man.
That matter?
I'll tell you this, the two of them could give a
with a 65-inch.
the two of them sizes could give orgasms, and the two of them sizes could impregnate women. I'll tell you that.
No, it could impregnate, but don't
that
but
may
let me
not
know
be
you
what
got
I'm
the
looking
microwave
for.
TV. Don't tell me you have no big screen TV and you know you only get one little Game Boy.
And I got a squinch.
I forget Shoni said she won 10 inches in a couple months ago. Remember that, Johnny?
Anyhow,
But Johnny, let me answer your question.
go ahead.
To me, you could make and give. I could give you 10 reasons that for either one, for and against, right? But for me, it's harder to find in terms of, like Shawnee say, in terms of what you're looking for, in terms of quality. It's because anybody could get in a relationship. Anybody could find somebody and be in a relationship with somebody, right? But in terms of it being quality, in terms of it you maximizing on your potential and being what you want, and the two of you being compatible, the room or avenue is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like you say, you have gays and lesbians, and I'm not discriminating against anybody. People in jail, people with married, people with scheming, people with lying. Right, down low people. So it like you say, you have to settle. You just have to find somebody who meet most of your qualities and work around the negatives and try to take that person to, and just work together to new heights. But it's like a settling society now.
And even when you find somebody on your level, sometimes y'all don't like each other. Everything you want, they got, and the connection just ain't there. It's just like, get away from me. So that's another thing.
I was sent a question just now, and this question was they want the ladies. I guess Yusuf could answer this too. Do you think women care more about getting married than they care about being married? Why is that? Do you think women care more about getting married than they care about being married? Like the wedding and the whole shebang.
Mm-hmm.
But after that over, they ain't really want to run no more.
I think nowadays, especially when it comes to the younger people who are getting married, it's a fashion show.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier to get married, but it's harder to maintain that marriage after the fact.
There you go.
Because believe it or not, in my opinion, I feel like once you get married, that's when the hard work starts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go ahead, Trini.
I think I want to say some of these women too, they make the man to be the bad person in the end of the marriage. But I feel if he treated you bad and cheated on you before you was married, you go and marry him. You shouldn't point no fingers in his direction once that continue after the marriage, because you knew what you was getting.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes with women, we believe that once I put on this white dress and I invite these people from church to this place, and, we get a little guest speaker and he cracking jokes and the video going, the cameraman, I believe now there's a whole different man who coming home to me. And
no,
it's like, what you doing all of this for? It's the same man, the same person. So I think a lot of men get a lot of heat for ruined marriage, but in the reality is the man never changed. So how could you blame him?
Yeah. For me, I think a lot of emphasis is placed on the wedding, placed on the guests, placed on the honeymoon, placed on how much money they can spend on the wedding, and like everybody say, there's little or no emphasis on the marriage, where the hard part starts. You understand? For me, I could go on the beach, I could go to the justice of the peace, I could go whatever. But for me, what I'm concerned about the marriage. I'm concerned about when we in exchange our vows, right? I'm concerned about where we can live, if we can have a house. Can me and you communicate and work together? Can we qualify to get a mortgage? Can we agree on how to raise our kids? Can we agree on family? Can we agree on religion? That's what I'm concerned about.
If you waiting for,
will you still be here when I get sick?
Exactly. For richer, for poor, for better, for worse.
They Ain't on
we
the
handle
run.
the work together from a financial aspect.
Will you still be here after if I lose my job?
Exactly. How we
I
can
had
handle
a I
financial.
had a lady, she was COVID positive, and this opened my eyes with marriage. And her husband called her, and I was telling him, she having a hard time breathing. And he said, well, can she use the computer? And I thought he was trying to get her to be distracted, like with a little Netflix movie. And I said, yes, she could use the computer. I said, what do you want her to watch? And he said, I don't want her to watch a damn thing. I want her to pay this rent. And
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, that lady died. That opened my eyes. When Dominica said you need somebody to be there for you when you're sick. On her sick bed, I had to give her that thing to press that thing for his rent. And it's like, these are the people who say, my husband, my husband, my husband. But it sounds good. But that real marriage is after the ceremony. And a lot of
Yes.
people,
Yep.
even
And that's
if
why
they
a
don't end
lot
the
of
marriage,
marriage
they
don't
live it
last
along.
2 years. It don't last more than 2 years because it was fake from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
You
And sometimes
doing things
they
to
endure
impress
it.
people and yeah.
I guess it all boils down to what you got married for. A lot of people get married for help. A lot of people get married for
Security
financial
and
gain.
stability.
So
Yeah.
when you move that incentive, if as a man, if I went in there for sexual or to find a place to stay because I don't have no place for myself, and something happens and that incentive is removed, the house get foreclosed. I never loved you in the first place, so I go on. If as a woman, if you dated a man because he's a baller and he had money, but his business went down or the money stopped coming in, your incentive for being there was not love. It was because of
Yeah.
that financial gain, and so she's gonna go. So that, I guess that's why a lot of marriages now is whatever they was built on initially going in, whatever that incentive was. If it wasn't real, that's why you see after 2-3 years the marriages are failing now because it was never real. Like Shawnee said, it was never real from the break. It was built on something, and I see a lot of people getting in relationships for help, not for love. It's what you could do for me financially or whatever. But listen, it's 9:12. I said a 1 hour, so I
Yep.
thank you. I
Yeah.
thank all you guys for participating in a podcast. Wednesday 8 o'clock, please. I would like to see everybody here next week. Shawnee, I can talk to you from Sunday because you. But listen. Thank you once again. I'll see you guys hopefully here next week, Wednesday at Gospel Life. We'll have a
Yeah.
nice night.
Okay.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
All right,
God
good night.
bless.
You too.